What's up, guys? We're rolling here. This week on 3D NerdStop, we're going to do a quick review on Rigid.ink filament. Alright, guys. Well, I was contacted a couple weeks ago by Rigid.ink and asked if I would do a quick review on their filament. So they did send me this for free, so we're going to do a quick review on it. They just sent me a couple little samples. If we open this up, as you can see, we've got some blue and some green. I think we're going to use the green today. The other stuff that they put in here is they come with cards about the filament and some gummy bears. So I guess if you order directly from them, they'll send you some gummy bears. Woohoo! Alright, guys. So they sent a little filament sample here. This is about 35 grams. I believe this will be enough for us to print a benchy test. So that's what we're going to do with it. We're going to print a benchy out real quick with it, and we're going to see how it does. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to print a benchy with this one, and then I'm going to save the other one for about 5 or 6 months. And then we'll do a revisit review in about 5 or 6 months, hopefully, and see how that filament prints out then after it's been sitting around just like the rest of my filament. I'll put it in with the rest of my filament and seal it up just like I do everything else, and see if the filament still prints as good in about 5 or 6 months as it did now. So we'll try that. So we'll give that a shot. Let's jump over to the computer real quick, get the benchy file done, and then we'll put it on the printer and get her printing. Alright, guys, here's the 3D benchy. This is what we're going to print. So as usual, we'll download this real quick by clicking download file. Of course, it shows all of the copyright permissions. Once we have that downloaded, we'll get it opened up in Cura. I have not upgraded to the newest Cura yet. I'm going to do that soon. I'll probably do that in the new house, and I'll go through an entire video of upgrading to it and getting it up and running, and hopefully it'll work well. I know I had problems with the beta, which is why I don't use it. It's one of the reasons I've been skeptical about switching over to the new one, because I've heard people have had a lot of problems, but we'll review that later, and we'll try and get that set up later. So, back to the benchy here real quick. We've got our benchy set up here. We are going to do this with our standard settings. I did look up online, and their PLA filament is the same as most people, so it's about 190 to 210 as a recommended printing temperature for it. So we're going to do our standard settings at layer height of 0.2, shell thickness of 1.2, top and bottom thickness at 1.2, our fill density at 20. We're going to do our speed. I'm actually going to leave it at 60 because that's what we printed our other ones at, so we're going to print it at the same speed, so we'll do it at 60. Print temperature, we're going to do it at 210, and we're going to do our bed temperature at 50, just like we always do. No support material on this. Everything else is the same. As you can see here, this says it's going to take about 1 hour and 24 minutes. It's about 4.91 meters of materials, or 15 grams. The little packages they gave me, I do have a little scale and I weighed it, and it's about 35 grams of material they gave me, so I should have enough material. Now I am going to take that material and not leave it as that little windy thing. I'm actually taking an old spool that's empty and put it on the old spool, so hopefully that way it won't tangle up and will print smooth. So key note for people out there, when you have old spools, don't throw them away, keep them. You never know when you're going to get some type of filament somewhere that you need to put on a spool. So I always keep a few extra ones laying around, so if I ever need to, I can run so much material off if I need to. So just a quick tip for you on that. Alright, guys, so we get this saved off to an SD card, and once we do that, we'll get the printer heater up and get her printing. guys, here it is. We're done. This is our new one. And as we can see, if we can get it to focus here real good. The bow came out okay. I mean, it's a little rough, but if you look at one of our older ones here, if we can get it to focus, it's not nearly as rough as this is. And these are printed at the same temperature with the same infill. There we go. So as you can see, the white one's a lot rougher. Now this is Inland, where this is Rigid.ink. And the Rigid.ink came out really nice. I mean, this thing really did print nice. You can see on the bottom it looks good. Not that the Inland looks bad. They both came out pretty equal there. The Rigid came out a little nicer in the back than the Inland did. If you take a look here in the windows and stuff, see if we can get it to focus here. There we go, it's a little better. So you can see this looks pretty good through here. The back window looks good. The other side looks good. And the front window, the overhang on it has a little bit of drooping, but not a whole lot. If you look at the Inland, in that front window, it droops more and actually has like a little bubble in it, so it didn't print quite as nice. Now the door printed pretty good, and the back window printed nice. When you look at the roof on this one, it has real nice detail. It looks nice. The stack came out nice. Looks pretty good all the way around. The portholes in the front here look good. They came out better with the Rigid than they did the Inland. If you look at the decks, the Rigid is nice and has great detail to it, where the Inland's got, I mean, the Inland's not bad. I'm not saying it's not bad, but it's not as detailed as the Rigid is. The Rigid came out really nice. This filament prints really, really nice. I bet you I could have gotten this a whole lot smoother if I'd have dropped the temperature another 5-10 degrees. I bet you this would have come out almost perfect. Maybe when we try the other color in a couple months, we'll reprint this and I'll drop the temperature by 5 or 10 degrees and we'll see how it comes out then. So, alright guys, well that came out beautiful as you can see. It looks good. The filament prints beautifully. I'll have a link in the description down below to Inland ink, or I'm sorry, to Rigid.ink. I'll have a link in the description down below to Rigid.ink, so you can check them out. I'll also put a link in the description down below to where you can buy the stuff on Amazon. You can also buy it directly from Rigid.ink. Alright guys, thanks. Alright guys, thank y'all for watching. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. Please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, have a great day. And for those of you that are wondering why I'm still in this room, well, the house did not close last Friday like it was supposed to. The builder wasn't ready. We had to bump it to Wednesday this week, so I figured I had time to make one more good video for you. To make up for the fact I'm not going to be doing videos for a couple weeks, I'm going to do a whole I did a whole series of quick prints, about 25 of them. I'm going to try and put out one every single day. I've already got all the stuff printed. It's going to be an ammo run. It's going to be anything from a 22mm caliber bullet all the way up to, what is it, 14 by 5 by 128 or something like that. That's a really, really big shell. So we're going to go through all of those. There's 25 different caliber bullets we'll go through. I'll have that ready for y'all. And that'll start Wednesday when I buy the house, I think, is when I'm going to start it. And then we'll let it run for 25 days. Alright guys, until next time, have a great day.